As a person who founded the Content Model School and have been successful running the school, what do you believe are the two biggest issues with the Jamaican education system and how they can be fixed?
First, I should explain what the Content Model School was. The Content Model School started because I started homeschooling my daughter. And I realized that, we were so far from a school. It was like 3-4 miles from the nearest school. And it didn't make any sense from just her alone to be educated. So, I said, I will start educate our friends, them, to teach them to read and write too. Till it sort of just spread to more people in the community. And my friends, I had some, my African-American friends, and I told them I wanted to do a school, and they gave me $100. And myself and some of the mothers went and swept out this building that had nothing but gold shit in there, and we would sweep it out, and we set it up and started a school. But before we even got to that, we started under a tree. I had this big cedar tree. We would sit down underneath there, and from the veranda to the cedar tree, that was the beginning of a school. Education is boring. It was boring for me when I went to school. I was bored to death. So I wanted to do something that children found fun. Also, I wanted to make sure that the images that they were seeing were of people that looked like them. That was a big part of it. Using the culture, making sure that they knew like the folk songs. Making sure that they knew how to go out there and dig up some dirt to plant some seeds. At the same time, making sure that they could learn maths and English. General knowledge. We had a book called First Aid in English. I don't know if you all know First Aid in English. That's a very important book. What was the next one? There's a couple of them. Because they gave you things that you could learn outside of what they were required to learn to pass common entrance or something like that. Another thing that was, you need the arts. We had boys doing embroidery, we had girls doing embroidery. In other words, this thing of boys can do this and girls can do that. No. We all can do it. Also, parental involvement. Parents have to be involved. You have to get to let parents understand that this is a big responsibility. You as a teacher, I think I keep saying teaching is the hardest thing I ever did. Because it is not something that you just say, oh, I'm going to be a teacher. It is something that you're responsible for the lives of these young Black African children. It's a serious responsibility. And whatever is necessary for you to get that lesson into their heads, you have to do it. Also, education is something that children need exposure. They have to come outside of their communities. They have to meet different people from all over the world, all of that kind of thing. And in today's age, I think education could be very exciting. Because I was thinking to myself the other day, I said, imagine a subject like geography, where you could just go onto Google and just show them these different parts of the world, what you're talking about, They don't make education exciting. They make it like, oh no, I don't want to go to school. They don't take into focus the environment, the respect for the environment. All of these things, you need to take all of that. I remember somebody coming to school one day and I wasn't there, and none of the teachers were there, and they said, but these kids weren't given any trouble. They just sat there and because they loved being there. This was something for them. They loved the fact that we had the drumming group, and they were proud of the drumming group, and we would go to festival and win everything. because it was a part of our culture. It wasn't something that we just did because, okay. Because you find out that, you know, that they needed something. We didn't have electricity, so you didn't have all the other instruments. What is a natural instrument? The drum. And they, I mean, it was born in, my daughter became very, very good at it. And then, you know, taking them, I mean, can you imagine taking two children, I mean, children from a community like that? I could, if I ever drive you up there and you see that community, you know what I mean, really, really taking them to America and having them perform in America. Or taking one of them, he went to Africa twice with us. So